Hello and welcome to a brand spanking new series of the Heartiest of Irons. This time we're using two mods. It's a new one called Totaler Krieg, which basically tries to extend the game time further into the future to 2030. And I think they also have to plan to early in the date to include the First World War. Interesting concept. I hope it works out for them. And we're using another mod which basically imports the idea system from HoI4, which I thought would be very interesting to look at as well. So yeah, there we have the two mods that I had in my idea. Now let's see, I'm gonna select China, as you might have seen from the thing, because I actually haven't played as China for a very long time. Also, the main mod, the Totaler Krieg, actually borrows from a lot of other mods. This is all legit, according to their page, so we'll go with that. And I'll keep this as is. It's gonna be normal mode. Difficulty is also gonna be normal. What I do like is the Puppet of Egypt. More randomness in that and low AI aggressiveness. That seems to be fine with me. This will ensure that some stuff actually happens during the game. Alright, so the rest of this I prefer as is. Right, there we go. So, map, apparently, I think is borrowed from the Kaiserreich lads, because this is at least how it graphically looks to me, as well as some of the event pictures you can see, I guess. But let's just go through what they have on show. First of all, they have this, which I believe is from Kaiserreich, at least bits of it is. This I've never seen before. I think this is from the modern day mod. I don't know what it's called. And there's some other stuff in here. You've got all kinds of goodness stuff, and we'll get into it as we go along. I have very little experience with it. We have a focus tree. I don't think this one is any different from the standard focus tree. So it's just the standard Chinese focus tree, where we have to defend against Japan. Let's hope we can succeed with this one. We've got a couple more decisions. We can form some nations, like the Chinese Empire, Asian Union, and the Eurasian Union if we are really big. So, we've got some stuff left for us to do. Most of this is actually fairly common. I think these two we will pick up immediately because, that research speed is always the best. Speaking of research, let's get into the research tree. So, yeah, they haven't gotten the pre-World War II stuff in yet, but they have added in, as you can see, the modern day mods, which actually starts off, I don't know exactly when it starts off, but yeah, we have a lot more stuff we can do. And actually one of the few nations that might not have unique equipment. Got to support companies, which has some interesting added additions, like snipers, mortar teams. That actually makes sense. Not extended though, for some reason you don't use mortars anymore past 945. So we got our armored fighting vehicles, I think, yeah. Oh, we do have, no, I thought I saw something, yeah, type 59, and after that it's gonna go generic. But yeah, as you can see, we have a lot more tanks here. Cool, got ourselves some artillery. Even like coastal and railway artillery. The land doctrines, that's still the same. And I will be, will I be? So in the previous series I showed an exploit where I could actually do double this. Would you guys like to see that again? I actually don't know. Nah, it's probably going to make the game unnecessarily easy for me anyway, so let's not do that. We've got ourselves a naval tree, which extends a lot further in. Even I don't think it's implemented yet. Looking at everything, I doubt that it is. This doesn't seem to unlock anything. I actually don't know if that's for any other nations as well. Let's just tag switch real fast to check that for 1 second. Tag USA. Game won't lock up here. There we go. Let's just check that real fast, because otherwise we might have a bit of a disadvantage. No, okay, Navy's not implemented yet. Okay, tag, and I believe this is the tag for China. Yes, it is. Good. Right. That's just to be sure. Just to be sure. Naval doctrines is the same. Air just extends a lot further down than it normally does. I believe that. Do you get? No, you don't. You never really get groundwork, don't you? Air attack. Wow. Why do you have such large air attack? Huh. Sure. Only got strategic bombing, so I think this is the last one to do. No, you don't have ground attack. Jet interceptor. Consider heavy fighters, then you must be the last one that can do ground support. Or no, wait, we just got the we got a Warthog. Helicopters, which I've never really worked with, so I find that's gonna be interesting. I don't know if this is implemented within the ground perk, but whatever. Air doctrine's still the same. We got ourselves engineering, basically the same. Just goes a whole lot further. Same goes for industry. Nothing really interesting there. We've got the space program. If we want China to go into space, which I think is very interesting. So if we can, let's do that. And we got some WMD research. So that's our tech tree. That's basically about it, I guess, for anything really. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get to at least these weapons, as well as a slow and methodical start of getting something out. Right, that's 1, 2 production. I don't care about fighters, and apparently I can produce a couple of ships. So well, I guess we'll produce the early destroyers. Because at this rate, it will be way too late, and we'll just produce guns. Guns. Alright, I need some... Woo! Wow, that's a little bit further zoomed in than I've ever been. Huh, interesting. Let's see, about 50%. That's about as good as it gets. Let's construct some civilian factories. Set of focus. I think for now, we will. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I think first thing first is gonna be get some. That's actually not even what I need. Right, anyway, let's start with the industrial bit. I haven't played as China for a very long time, so forgive me for not being any good at it. Alright, so we got some divisions. For now, actually I have to take a look at what divisions look like. Okay, you don't have any support equipment, so that's fine. And we have manpower, so we can just set everything to this. I don't want any cavalry. I don't have anything what I could consider elite troops or non-elite troops, so let's start splitting this up. 4, oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Alright, so let's create a army group, and I'll doubt that we'll be doing any early expansionist wars, because we have to build up to face up against Japan. Okay, you can have larger armies than I anticipated. Alright, so you go set up here. You're part of the... Yeah, you're a puppet, so... There we go, and for you, I think for now we'll let these guys do like coastal defenses. Start with this. Yeah, I think that's a great start. We're gonna train low priority guys at the rate of 6 per time. Get assigned to this army group. We have a decision available apparently. Oh yeah, if we... only modern countries or every country. Every country can be formed, so that's fine with me. I think that doesn't really do much. We got some insufficient resources for this, so we'll trade with the United States, because I hope that they will become a little bit more friendly to our plight. And yeah, off we go. And then there's one more thing I need to show, and that is the ideas window. So yeah, you get ideas. I don't know exactly how this works and what kind of points you spend on improving this. It's probably political power. But there is some interesting stuff in here, and hopefully we can... have some fun with that and use the political power for something more than you know, whatever else is available. Now, as far as I understand, we have actually got a navy, which has. Okay, I will not recognize these icons ever in my life. Blue, green. Okay, if I remember, I will, but I doubt I will ever. I'll get a new commander for this. For you, I have no jobs right now, and we got a couple of air wings. These are all fighters, I guess. No, they are not. Fighters, tactical bombers, another fighter. So we'll get this fighter wing to the north here. Merge them up. Settle onto you, and I won't be able to training because I won't be able to resupply you with anything. Let's get over here as well. I cannot assign this to the arm. Oh, I can. Good, and you'll be flying support then. No, I could tactical bombers for that, and you'll be flying standard training. No. There we go. All right, I think that's all the setup that we can do for now, and yeah. I wish good luck, have fun to myself. Grab yourself a cup of coffee like I did. None of that weak tea drinking stuff. Real men drink coffee. Definitely not throwing shade here. Definitely not. Foreign Minister presents us with a report on world politics. Field of forces. Okay. We can get promises of peace, which gains me weak stability. That's not really what I need. I want the Italians in here as fast as I can. All propaganda is fine. This is fine. The rest of it is all just kind of fine. Yeah. Yeah, I think our priority is going to be just create an army that is capable of digging in. It seems that infantry equipment is already moving towards the units, which is weird. It shouldn't. Maybe how I initially set this up. So if I start training now, it should not. They should not receive any. Yeah, there we go. Okay. It's gonna be a while before anything really is gonna happen. We'll deploy them around here and tell them to go back in there. But yeah, we're gonna try to get initially dug in and hopefully work our way up from there. I kinda am hoping that I can get some of the major powers to support me. Hopefully Russia might be able to send some nice stuff our side. So we're gonna take the initial hits because I'm not gonna let 6 free research speed, 6% free research speed sit there idle and not be mine. I think that's a potential waste and I should not have it. So we can proclaim the Chinese Empire, the Asian Union, and the Eurasian Union. I think the Chinese Empire must... it's gonna be an interesting one to try. And we are actually gaining fuel slowly, because we have 1 oil. Woo! See, that's what you need, I guess. So first things first, what we're gonna do is... Ah, crap, I don't have the old system. Okay, we do have early mobilization. So that's about as far as I can go on that one. Free trade is perfect. Alright, we're gonna industrial planning. Yes, the research slots are important. I think we can get up to 3 or 4 of them. They got 2 of them here, and I did see 1 of them here, so that gets us up to 5, which is fairly normal. Mostly I want to get those research slots done so that we can get all the technology that we need to keep up and running. I need the research speed because that's, you know, going to be important. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you would mind the exploits or not. That does mean I have to record this in a little bit of a different manner than I initially wanted to, but that's fine. Normally I record this in chunks of 3 or 4 at a time, but if I have to ask these questions, then I can't, sadly enough. Can't might be the wrong word, but okay, we're actually gonna pick up the Italian scientists. Alright, so we're done on this one. Let's take a look here. I think neutrality is for now fine. There's not really much I can do otherwise. No, this is basic bonds. I thought it was a requirement to be at war. Okay, no, I can't do this. Not a bad idea. Minor restrictions. Okay. Alright, we got our better guns, which is acceptable, because these are a solid improvement. If you look at the outdated equipment, they're cheap to produce, but 20 defense versus 22. 6 soft attack, and again 3. Yeah, so you double your soft attack, which is I think pretty important in fighting against the enemy. So yeah, our early economy is the biggest issue. So I think after one more research slot, I will see if I can get. There's nothing in here really. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. I can't do this yet because I need to have a lot more factories. Consumer goods factory, industrial concern. If it was interesting because my manufacturing grants resources gain efficiency 10%, and this will give me. Yeah, it's the inflation thing. I never really figured out how to get the fuck rid of that one. I think I'd rather just build right now, so we'll go down this route, and we're gonna go to industry. Start working on basic machine tools. Yeah, we're gonna. It's gonna be a while before we're gonna be done with the equipment production. Yeah, and I think getting a sufficient amount of civilian factories is gonna be important. Small GDP. I wouldn't even know how to adjust that. So this is okay. Can I do any? Not all of these do anything right now, I believe. No, most of them actually don't. I think if they do something that has already shown here, so small, we can go like massive educational spending, which doesn't really seem to be beneficial to anything, really. Wow. Well, planning is great. It's not that great, I believe. This is all fine. I think, yeah, this is something that will progress automatically, I'd guess. This is just result of things. I cannot change anything in here. Don't need anything. This has to do with manpower. This would be useful, I guess. I could do this and get to... At least get to medium standards, I guess. Yeah, because I want my organization to be higher. So we'll proc in medium standards here. There's some other crap in there. There must be some cheap ministers in here, because it is... Oh, here, scientist, idea cost, minus 10%. I wouldn't even know how to pick how this exactly works, but... we'll figure it out along as we go. Basically, different cost is 100 political power. There are IDs that have lower cost. Okay, we'll figure that out when we get to it. For now, okay, so our GDP is now become medium. Good. Guess it has to do with the amount of civilian factories you might have available, I guess. Okay, is there anything in here that I would like? Monarchist, silent workhorse, captain of industry, yes. Is there anything in here that is gonna help me with the war? Stability war support, that's pretty good. Political advice, these are all just political advice. Okay, so chief of the army. Army defense, genius, 15%, that's pretty good. What else we got here? Army regrouping, army logistics. This is also really good. I think we can start for now with the captain of industry. We still have a little bit of time. This means you're going to war with me, right? Soviet Union. This is I think this is historical. Where is the war with us? Here it is. Yeah, so they still can go that direction. That's the important bit for me. I guess I'm gonna just get to those ideas. I don't know if how much I should really funk around with this. Ah, damn it! I'm only at 20 minutes, and I'm already have to make. Oh, this mod might have fixed it. They have mutually exclusive branches to one another. You can mix and match, but that would prevent. Well, technically it wouldn't. Just makes it a little bit more difficult. But this means I can do it later. So yeah, I can just for now I'll do concentrated industry. Because I believe this still gives me the bigger bonus. 100% factory state. Yeah, factory output. Yeah, this has to do with production. Oh wait, no. Output versus. Yeah, I would prefer to take both actually, but yeah. For now, I will just not do that and let you guys decide. If you want to see me abuse the crap out of that one, I guess. When am I going to record the next one? So this is getting released on Sunday. So then I have to record it on Monday. So I have about 24 hours since the video is released to respond, and I will see if I can somehow put it in my very busy schedule. Sadly, I do actually have a bit of a busy schedule. 2 weeks times I have to hand. No, not even 2 weeks time, but a week from now. Less than a week, I have to hand in my 80% version of my graduation report, which basically means that that's the only feedback moment I get, so that has to be half decent. Oh, okay, so our troops currently have the equipment that they need, I guess? No, we're producing faster than we can reinforce, perhaps, perchance? I don't know how that goes. Okay, that's the 100%. That's the 100 political power. That's annoying. Next one I'm gonna pick up is gonna be the infantry expert. Oh, we can get all 4 of these guys. Oh wow, these are all 3 pretty good. So first we'll take up the infantry expert. After that we'll take up the army defense genius. And we're gonna just dig in. I think that might be the most prudent thing for us to do. Price control. I cannot do this because I need to have low inflation. Okay. Yes, I'll pick this one up. I am kind of destroying a lot of my stability and war support, but for now I think it's gonna be fine. This is okay. Reinforce rate is important. Neutrality Act asked the Belgians who wanted to defend them in 1914. Haha! Stabby stabby against them. Haha! Okay, you know those Belgians that were neutral? Time decided to fuck them as well. Well, I do want artillery at some point. Oh, we actually apparently have anti-air guns. So, yeah, let's just pick them up. So what does this consist of? 5 to 8 infantrymen. We are running with 6 per, I believe. As long as I don't have any excess military production, I will not really... So I'm gonna get a grain tax, and then we're gonna just move through these. Again, with low inflation again. I think forced loans is the only method to get us out of the inflation problem. Problem. Jesus. Early mobilization gets us 25. Oh, these bonuses are a lot more harsh than I would anticipate. Alright, so the Spanish Civil War is here. Sadly, I'm not in a position to help. We'll get army defense. Next up, we'll get the infantry experts, which gives us both 15% of Yeah. Shanghai. Is that? No. I don't know which provinces of... That's pretty deep in, to be honest. And I would prefer... So my idea right now is, if I, at possible, is a retreat down on this river and attack into this one. It will create a line with only 5 provinces in length. And hopefully will give us the support that I need. Okay, we got a free civilian factories. Okay, a province with at least decent production speed. I don't want to go in Beijing because that's one of the first provinces that will be overrun, so that makes very little sense. I think Shanghai is going to be the next one. Right. So yeah, the defense is likely going to be here, and hopefully Shaanxi Click is capable of defending. I'm gonna try to pull them all in initially, and then in later stages I might try something to get them to behave differently. I don't know yet. You guys can merge up. Okay, we got our first free idea slot. I think, considering what we're gonna try to do, is pick up defensive ideas, because we want to just hold off for as long as possible. After that, I'll have a year worth, so make up defensive ideas. Now, I can get the max entrenchment right now if I want to, but I don't want to do that yet. Cool, that's okay. There's some interesting shit in there. God, I love this. It's a very neat idea. So if you look at this mod, this is something that might be more problematic with, I think, overall with Hearts of Iron. Once you defeat a country, it is just out of the game, right? Until it gets resurrected by in some other manner. But there is no other way for a country itself to resist being occupied, right? Now that's not really that much of a problem, I think, on the initial design point. However, if you look at these extended timeline mods, for every version of the games, it kind of works. Yes, you can get world domination within the allotted time, but that is still a little bit more challenging. In EU4, it's still quite the achievement to do it at all. While it is possible, it is not the easiest thing to do in the world. CK2, same thing. Stellaris is kind of the name of the game, so an extended time load Stellaris wouldn't really work. You can only, get earlier, which won't even work that much, but whatever. In HoI4, the problem is you can easily conquer the world within the allotted time period that is set, which is actually fairly short, from 1936 to 90... Well, actually, it's technically 1950s, I believe, but even that, you can do it way before. Especially if you're playing a little bit better than I usually do. No disrespect to myself, but a little bit of disrespect to myself. There we go. We got our artillery. Not that we can use it yet, but it's good to have. In this, you kind of need to start thinking about systems that you can put into place which allow countries to resist occupation after the war is done. So you have to deal with countries possibly breaking out, rebels, and that kind of stuff, so which slows down your rate of expansion. For instance, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, but Hearts of Iron 3, as a country that was occupied, and I don't know if this was possible after you had fully capitulated and lost, you could build with your IC you still had for some reason, militias which you could deploy throughout your territories, which basically would represent local civilians and that kind of stuff. That system with unrest and kind of stuff would really work well if you want to extend the timeline for another so many years, unless you're playing as a multiplayer, which might result in different systems. Also, the totalitarianness of this, how this game treats war, also kind of breaks that deal. It's not like, okay, I can only take small bits and pieces because I can only do small skirmishes, that kind of stuff. No, you take a country, an entire country. Which, yeah, kind of changes the way things behave, I guess. Just a thought bubble. Right, either we pick up an idea next, or I'm gonna go for the division recovery rate. Recovery rate is nice, but I think for now the 10% entrenchment might be better. Factory bomb vulnerability, reinforced rate 3%, 4th construction speed, starting defense skill of newly appointed army leaders. This gives us more surrender limit. It's not a massive bonus, but when fully unlocked, this idea group will have access to the following policies: groupable population, reinforced rate, construction speed on land forts, experience losses, blah blah blah. I think the max entrenchment speed, max entrenchment and entrenchment speed is actually pretty neat because that allows us to retreat a little bit better. Plus the reinforced rate, so that's pretty good. Makes it easier for us to maintain a longer defense. Actually, I should really pick up that scientist right now. I guess make those ideas 10% cheaper. I will pick that up after. That's the next one, but it's 30 minutes, so I'm just going to end the episode here. I want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you want me to use the exploit or not. It's going to make things easier for me, but, you know, some of you kind of really seem to be into that shit, so, I think you should ask this time instead of just do it. And with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. See you hopefully in the next one. Have a very good day. Bye-bye.